everything and beginning with the fact that what is Farm to Fork Expand the Table? It started 5 years ago. It is a partnership with the local downtown Hickory Farmers Market, who supports local farmers. So you've heard a lot in the news about support local, support local. So that is my plea, that you consider supporting local farmers, your Hickory local farmers market, and of course, GHCCM. And so what we have in store for you is the beautiful option of having a July commemorative tote. We're also doing a second run. So we have a series season where you could actually get two totes. You've seen the commercials. If not, we'll post those again, I'm sure, either tomorrow or Tuesday. But the idea behind this concept is a community working together. So we have five amazing chefs and their restaurants that are donating their time and talents and creativity to create this really fun, different meal for July. I say different because number one, there is no taking and baking. You do not have to heat this up. If you were a part of our experiment last year during COVID, I know you had to have an oven and you had to have all these, follow the instructions. Well, this year, the July tote, I promise you, it is simply take home and enjoy. And so let me tell you about our five chefs, if you haven't seen them already. First of all, Rick Dorr and Ben Sullivan were the two masterminds that helped GHCCM and the Downtown Hickory Farmers Market 5 years ago get this program started. These gentlemen support local. When you go to their restaurants, you will usually find local produce, local meats, local dairy, because they believe in community. And so currently, Rick is still working. He is the executive chef at Cafe Rule and Wine Bar. So be sure to go support that restaurant and Rick. And Ben Sullivan has just made a fun move. He is now the general manager and sous chef at the Stanley. So he's the executive sous chef and general manager at the Stanley, joined by Daniel Wheeler, who's also one of our feature chefs. He is the executive chef at the Stanley. It's in Charlotte. Go check it out. We're also celebrating Joey Mansueto, who is he's no stranger to Farm to Fork because he has been with us now, I believe, 3 years, from Catawba Country Club, executive chef, donating his skills and talents. And then John Buff from the Charlet. And you guys, let me tell you something about the Charlet. We went there for the first time since it's reopened. My husband, some neighbors, and I. Oh my goodness, check it out. Not only yummy, but it has the best bar. You didn't hear me say that, but best bar in town for real. Like, oh my goodness. So that's our chefs and our restaurants that are supporting this venture. Also, we have some super generous sponsors. Our main sponsor, Paramount Automotive. Kia, thank you so much for supporting our Farm to Fork. We have Fry Regional Medical Center. We have Lowe's, Alex Lee, and MDI. They are this group. Let me tell you something. Lowe's, Alex Lee, MDI are solid sponsors. I believe they've supported Farm to Fork, well, ever since I've been involved with GHCCM, which is over 3 years. So thank you for that loyalty. Ortho Carolina, and also our first sponsor, Farm Bureau from Hickory. So thank you so much, Farm Bureau Insurance, for that. So you can hear, right? There's a lot of people that have come together to make sure this is a successful event, a fun event. This year, you're not just getting a brown box, you're getting a reusable commemorative tote that you can take to the farmer's market, take and put your groceries in. It's a wonderful way to stay green. Of course, it's a fun meal for two. And if you so choose, you can also have a selection of alcoholic beverages. Now, what is the meal? Let's talk about that super quick. Chicken niçoise salad. I hope I pronounced it right. So there you go. You have a lovely picture of it. Ben did an excellent job oh gosh, it was Friday. Did an excellent job on WBTV demonstrating how to make it. He got me motivated. But honestly, really, do we want to cook? No, we want to be able to have someone else cook for us, pick up the meal, take it home and enjoy with a family member or friend. Again, each tote does feed two. In addition to this wonderful chicken niçoise salad, there's going to be a sour corn salad with red onion, herbs, and tomato mayonnaise. Remember, it's all local farmers grown. Bread and butter pickles and candied tomatoes, a fabulous blackberry lemon bars dessert, and artisanal bread made by our own Ben Sullivan with Susie's hand churned butter and apple butter. Y'all, if you're familiar with GHCCM, did you know that Susie Tolbert is absolutely like she is Betty Crocker? I'm not kidding you. Like hand churned butter, the apple butter is all Susie as well. And she has the most beautiful flower garden and beautiful flowers. She is just, we love her to pieces. So thank you, Susie. Thank you for that. So there's the menu. Now let me tell you something. It's a little, it's not your average takeout. Okay, a tote for two, a meal for two, 80 bucks. If you do the season tickets, which means you get a meal, you get to pick up a meal in July and one in October. Okay, so that's 150. So you save a little bit by doing both. You guys, it's a fundraiser. It's a fundraiser. So could you get a salad cheaper at Panera? Of course you could. But it's not the same. You know why? Because here's why. This is Jessie. This is what GHCCM does. And I'm going to tell you a story about the Hickory local downtown farmers market in a minute. But this is Jessie. So let me just share with you about Jessie. Jessie came to GHCCM in January. We had a new program thanks to the government and with COVID and everything. It's called Rapid Rehousing. So the government released all this funding and we were blessed to receive some of that funding. And so Stacy Gibson is our Rapid Rehousing gal. And Jessie is the very first gentleman that Stacy was able to house. So here's Jessie's story. So when Jessie came to GHCCM in January, he was number one living in a tent in the woods. He was limping. He was slurring his words. He had lost his identity. So no paperwork, confused, lost his identity and his access to income. So if you have no identity, you know, getting where are you going to get your checks? So lost his access to income. So in April, so this was January. So in April 12th, Jessie came back to CCM to show off his new scooter. He now was a man with a home, thanks to Stacy. He was the very first gentleman she was able to house under this rapid rehousing program. He had control over his income and identity, had all his paperwork back, knew who he was lucid, everything, walking just fine, having his own transportation, and working to improve his health, nutrition, and computer skills so that he could earn a part-time job. You guys, that is what GHCCM is all about. Transforming lives. Transforming lives. That's what we do. And not just with Jessie. We have hundreds of stories that we're getting together. And sometimes it's not so easy, you know, because these people have been through something. They've been through something. And we're here to make sure they come out on the other side. Isn't that what it's all about? Transformation. We have at GHCCM over 40 churches that support us, individuals that support us monthly, fantastic businesses and companies. You already heard me mention our sponsors for this great event. We need and want to be able to make a difference in more than just Jessie's life, right? We want to make a difference in many, many, many lives. And one of those is through proper nutrition. And I can tell you with this COVID thing, we normally would serve about 700 families through our food pantry / nutrition center. Did you know that in November we served over 900? Over 900 families needed supplemental monthly nutrition in the month of November alone. And I can give you some more statistics, but I wanted to keep this brief. Now, here's the fun initiative with the Downtown Farmers Market. So we have this diabetes health. We have a health and wellness center at our Whole Life Center. And the health and wellness piece is helping those individuals that have diabetes who fall within the homeless and or 200% below the federal poverty guideline. You guys, we have over 100 individuals enrolled in this diabetes initiative. They come for diabetes education, they come for nutritional services, they come for cooking classes. And now, starting this last month, they now come when they enroll and participate, they get tokens so they can get their produce at the downtown Hickory Farmers Market. Is that not awesome? So we have taken a community initiative and expanded it and involved our neighbors and are creating these ingenious, innovative opportunities for our neighbors to get healthier. And when we have a healthier community, isn't that what it's all about? It's full circle, right? The healthier I am, the more productive I can be. And of course, the more open I can be to transformation and change. So that's what this fundraiser is all about. It's investing in a community. That's what we're doing here. So with that said, here is how you can donate. And listen, if you don't like the food, like my mom does not, she doesn't like food, period. But if you don't like the food, you can donate. There's a link to donate. And we've had some very, very generous donors that have said, hey, you know what? I support you guys. I don't necessarily want the tote, but I want to donate to this fundraiser. So there is an option for you to do that on this link as well. So with that said, we love you. We believe that we are going to reach our maximum of 400 baskets, but we're going to need you to help us out with that. So pass the word, share, and I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. From all of us to all of you, thank you and God bless you. Good night.